I didn't tell you everything before, not because I was lying, but because I wasn't ready to admit it. There's a difference between being heartbroken and being awakened. And what I'm about to say belongs to the second one. For a long time, I believed she just fell out of love. That's the story I told myself because it hurt less. Sometimes feelings change, right? That's what everyone says. It sounds mature, peaceful, acceptable. So I repeated it until I almost believed it. But the truth doesn't stay buried forever. Looking back now, I realize something terrifying. She wasn't confused. She was already decided. All those moments I thought she was distant. She was detached. All those times I felt like I was walking on eggshells. It was because she no longer cared if I broke. And here's the part that still makes my chest tighten. While I was trying to save us, she was preparing her exit. She stopped arguing because she didn't want to fix anything anymore. She stopped asking questions because she didn't care about the answers. She stopped touching me because emotionally she was already touching another version of life. One where I didn't exist. I remember blaming myself for everything. I replayed conversations, looking for the sentence that ruined us. But there was no sentence. There was no mistake. The relationship didn't end because I failed. It ended because I was the only one still showing up. And then came the twist. Weeks after the breakup, I found out she wasn't finding herself. She wasn't healing. She wasn't taking time. She had already moved on. Long before she let me go. Not necessarily physically at first, but emotionally. And let me tell you something people don't warn you about. Emotional betrayal hurts worse than cheating. Because by the time the truth shows up, your heart has already been played. Suddenly everything made sense. The late replies. The lack of effort. The way she looked relieved when she left. She didn't leave because she was lost. She left because she had already found somewhere else to place her attention, her excitement, her future. And I was still there, being loyal. That realization changed something in me, not into hatred, but into clarity. I stopped seeing myself as the man who was abandoned and started seeing myself as the man who was taken for granted. And that hurts, but it also frees you. Because here's the final truth. The one no one tells you when you're broken. The woman who hurts you like that doesn't win. She loses someone who loved her sincerely. You lose someone who was never fully yours. And that's not the same loss. If you're listening to this and you feel stupid for loving deeply, don't. The world needs people who love honestly, just not at the cost of their dignity. The lesson isn't love less. The lesson is don't pour into someone who stopped pouring back. She didn't destroy me. She exposed the gap between effort and excuses, between love and convenience. And once you see that gap, you never unsee it. So if someone walked away from you while you were still trying, let them go. Not with anger, with awareness. Because one day they'll realize what they lost. And by then, you won't be there to be hurt anymore. You'll be healed. And they'll just be a memory you no longer need to explain.